at the beginning of the year, I came to see that I'd been unconsciously looking for the father that I wanted as a child and didn't have. And when it comes down to my late father, I can see there's many different layers to this relationship, or many different sides, because although there were times in the beginning when he would dish out the punishment if I didn't do as I was told, and for other trivial reasons, there were other times when he was kind and understanding. So I wouldn't say that he was one-sided like a monster or anything like that. But throughout his time when he was here, he wasn't really emotionally available. And so, in addition to the neglect that I experienced, not having a father who was very present and supportive and who protected me in the house very early on, it meant, of course, that I grew up lacking a strong sense of inner strength and everything else, self-worth and self-love. But I lacked this strong inner core, and I didn't have any belief in myself, and I didn't feel safe. And so because of this, it was then normal for me to then, as I said, unconsciously look for other men who could believe in me, who could support me, and who I could feel safe around. And so even when my father was around, I was still unconsciously looking for other men who could give me what he was unable to give me. And then when he passed on, I suppose because he completely left, then I continued, perhaps even more so, to look for other men who could give me what I believed I lacked at a deeper level. But at the same time, because of the experiences that I'd had with my father very early on, I didn't exactly feel safe around other men, because deep down, through having a father who hit me if I didn't behave in a certain way, or did, as I said, something that I would see as trivial now, I would be harmed. So I say deep down, I was expecting other men to be just as violent, just as scary as my father was back then. And so, as I said, although he wasn't like this the whole time, I came to see that the experiences that I had with him very early on, they pretty much defined how I would feel about myself and how I would see other men. And I also came to see that because at this stage of my life, because I was egocentric and took everything personally, I came to believe that I was hit because there was something wrong with me. And so this provided me with a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of self-hate. And so that was another hurdle that I've had to tackle, and I've certainly come a long way there. And so in recent years, I can see that I've looked towards therapists or healers or men that are quite a bit older than me to provide me with that support and encouragement. And of course, on one side, there's nothing negative about this. Of course, that has played a part in my own evolution, and at the same time also had to see that all the time I was looking towards other men in this way, certain men, it would stop me from becoming a strong, powerful man myself. So I had to see there were certain things that they could provide me with, and certain things I had to provide myself. And then in order to access my own inner strength, there were barriers to that. There was trauma and feelings, emotional wounds for me to work through, because all the time I continued to unconsciously see a man or certain men as my father through transference. Because of course the emotional part of me has no sense of time, And it's blind in a way, because anyone, even though consciously my eyes can see, well, that person is not my father, at an emotional level, due to transference, then it doesn't matter. So I had to see that these people were just human beings. They weren't powerful, all-knowing, all-powerful, godlike figures, which is of course how I saw my father very early on. And so realizing this has definitely been an important step in my own evolution, to see that, okay, a man might have certain traits or certain skills, but he is still human. And all the time that I unconsciously put that person on a pedestal, then it meant I was kind of down here and they were up here. So I basically sold myself short. So this has been something that has taken me many years to see, but I'm glad that I've been able to see this now. And this has allowed me, as I said, to develop a greater connection with my own inner strength and my own power, and to be there for myself more. So if you can relate to this, and you can see that perhaps you are, or you have been unconsciously seeing other men as your father, then perhaps it is time for you to also move beyond this and to face your inner wounds, so you can realize your own inner power and get in touch with your own inner masculinity, instead of projecting your power onto others and believing that they have something you don't have, so that you can really step into your power. So if you can relate to this, please reach out for the assistance that you need, so that you can gradually change your life. To find out more about the services that I offer and how I can assist you on your journey, go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk. I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.